is what has the UK's role been in previous COPs, and what's it likely to be at COP26?
So previously, the UK itself as a lone actor has not played a significant role. It has, however, up to this year, been part of the European Union delegation, and the EU has played a very significant role in previous COPs, trying very hard to push other states forward to agree more ambitious targets and goals. And the UK was a very important part of that EU delegation in the past. Now that the UK has left the EU, it very much wants to play a key role, a leadership role, precisely because it's trying to carve out now its own leadership role outside of the EU, and climate diplomacy and being seen as a global leader on climate change is one way to do this. So this is why you have a government, including a conservative government, that is so, at least rhetorically, so excited about COP. So they got this chance to play that leadership role because of their position as presidency and hosting the COP. So what they've done so far is really positive. They've shown leadership in by way of example. So they, of all the major emitters, the UK has had the most success in the last decades or so of reducing quite significantly its carbon emissions. So it's nearly by over 40%. So much more than many other states, and certainly much more than major emitters like the US or China, et cetera. Okay, it's also trying to set an example by setting its own more ambitious targets in the run-up to the COP. Of course, all countries are supposed to have ramped up and increased their pledges from Paris as we go into Glasgow. And the UK already announced last December its own very ambitious ramping up. So it's trying to show that leadership already by example, and then we'll see what happens at the COP and what kind of leadership it shows there.
That's super interesting. Thank you. Yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see how it plays out in real time, as opposed to the rhetoric and the ambition that they've kind of laid out ahead of the actual Conference of Parties, for sure. Yeah,
I think that's right. And especially in terms of targets, because so of those two examples I gave, the much more meaningful sign of leadership is the actual reductions, which were not due to this current government, by the way, but they can take credit for that. But it's a first step. You've got to make that pledge as a first step, and then we'll see if it's delivered, which is
definitely
another separate question. Absolutely right.